Hello and welcome to the 6th video in my uni crash course. Today we're going to be talking about your rights, which can seem a little bit of an odd one. But over the last year I became particularly aware of what students are entitled to versus what they're getting. So I'm going to have to tell a little bit of a story first. I got involved in the UCL Cut the Rent campaign. At the beginning of second term, about 100 students, including myself, decided to withhold our rent in protest of the conditions of our halls. There were cockroaches, the heating didn't work, there were lots of appliances that didn't work, there were all sorts of problems. But then as time went on and we went into the third term and we had about 1,000 people striking and I got a lot more involved in the campaign, I actually became part of a committee meeting that was the liaison between my student halls and the general rent campaign. I became much more aware of the political side of things. This was the fact that the university was making a 50% profit off of our accommodation fees, as in when they'd done all the maintenance there was still so much profit that they were making, and they claimed that it was being reinvested, but the state of our halls was testament to the fact that it wasn't being reinvested, it was being used for vanity projects. And so at the beginning of second term when I thought, okay, I just won't pay my rent and I'll be part of the protest, by the end of second term and into third term I was going on marches through the streets of London, not just with the UCL Cut the Rent campaign, but also with the London Housing Network and various other campaign groups that are protesting the lack of social housing in London. As my student halls committee person, I also had to organise meetings. I had to rally people to go and make stuff or plan things for demonstrations at the university. So this whole thing, I learned a lot. I had to learn organisation skills and speaking skills. It became a huge part of my life and I just never expected it. When I came to university, I was planning to just kind of glide on through. I never expected to be marching down Regent Street in London holding a banner and a flare. It was insane. I also learned that I can shout chants in the middle of the street really, really loudly and that it is remarkably liberating. So that's a really brief overview of the Cut the Rent campaign. I will link some articles that I wrote for the National Student about the whole campaign and why we were doing it. I will also link to the Cut the Rent Facebook page, and also the Cut the Rent campaign. We did win. We won a small cut from the university, but it wasn't enough. So the campaign is still going and we're trying to make it national. We're actually doing an event this weekend where we're going to be doing lots of workshops and socials for other students from other universities to start campaigns. Because the fact is that universities are exploiting us. So if you want to get involved with this campaign, we are making it national. We've already got some other universities that joined in. We've got Goldsmiths and Bristol off the top of my head. I think Oxford also is doing something. Basically, this campaign, and I'm so proud to be a part of it, it's going big in the UK at least. We are trying to make a difference about how students are treated. And that's why I wanted to make this video, because your rights are important and students often let themselves be walked over. If students get crap accommodation or if they don't like something about their course, they tend to just go, oh, well, we can't do anything about it. We're just students. You are not just students. You are human beings and you have rights just like everyone else. You are paying extortionate tuition fees and often accommodation fees at university, and all of those fees are only set to rise. So if something is not good enough, make a fuss, because you don't deserve that. I would love in this video to sit here and tell you what all your rights are and what you should expect, but unfortunately it does depend on the university and where you're staying. So read the contracts. We are of the generation where we click, yeah, I agree to term and conditions, and on you go. But when it comes to handing over a lot of money for accommodation or a course, then read every single word of that contract and know what you are getting and what you are supposed to be getting, and if it's not up to par, then make a noise and make a difference. The Cut the Rent campaign, for example, if we manage to get everyone involved and get everyone really excited about this project, then I think we could genuinely make a huge difference and finally get not just the universities but also the government to listen, because the way students are treated these days is just not fair. The only thing that I can tell you in terms of what your rights are is that they cannot give you academic sanctions for domestic issues. So if you are making a complaint about your accommodation, then they can't threaten to take you off the degree. That's what they tried to do to some of our students, and it got ruled in the courts as not allowed. So don't be scared of your university. Don't let them bully you. Remember that you have power, and you especially have power in numbers. So if you are interested in this kind of thing, do check out the Cut the Rent page. So that's everything I have to say about your rights. If you have any questions about this video, then do comment them below or tweet me with the hashtag #UniCrashCourse. My next video is going to be a big Q&A where I answer all of your questions about university. I'm going to be filming that tomorrow, so do get them in quickly so that I can answer all of your questions. Thank you for watching and see you tomorrow. this whole video has basically been Vive la Revolution.